Finish your water. I see. Yeah, again, I'm sorry. We will fix it. So, I'm so sorry. Yeah. See what's going on with these pipes. I gotta like. Dude, don't do that.
Chris, I'm streaming. I have one viewer. I'm streaming, Chris. Stop it. Just stop it. Okay, so this is Arty Bean. I'm going to be painting this brisket sandwich. All right. Sorry, I was a little distracted. My husband was playing between two berms. Zach Galifianakis. Oh, I ripped the paper. Whatever. All right, I'm gonna be painting on this paper. It's thin paper, but let's try it, I guess. So I'm painting from life, which is interesting, I guess. And today we will be using, let's see, I'm going to do the background first. So I'll use two big brushes. So that'll be the white brush, and this will be the other brush. And let me see if I can use this paper. Yeah, I can use this paper. So this paper will be my, it'll be my palette right here. So background color, I think, I wonder if a light blue would be nice. I think a light blue would be nice. So let's set out some blue. You know, I always go with light blue, but whatever. And then here we will set up some white. So let me put out some white. It's dangerously close to the food. Dangerously close. I will be eating that food later. This food is from Smoke Joint Barbecue in the Catskills. Very, very delicious. It's beef brisket. It's very old. I mean, it's not very old. It's a couple hours old. All right. So let's mix this blue and white. Just going to mix it right here on our makeshift paper palette. Maybe a little deeper blue. Right, and we're just gonna, actually before we do that, I know I just mixed the paint. I just want to get rid of this edge because I think it's, and a thing you can do to get rid of the edge is you bend it one way like this and use your fingernails to sharpen it, and then you could try and take it off and see how much easier it comes off. It's so much easier now. Okay. So let's just finish taking this off. So how is, we have one viewer. How are you doing? Hope you're well. All right. So let's, and now we're just taking it off. So see here. Okay, I decided not to play music on this video tonight. I thought about it, but then I decided not to do it. All right, here we go. All right, it's off. I should flatten it out a little bit more. There, it's off, it's flat. Okay, now we got our blue, and we're just going to paint a little bit. Mix a little more blue up. A little more blue. And I'm just mixing a little blue with the white. If you watch my other videos, you notice that I've painted with this kind of blue before. And the circle is like about here, right? So we're going to do a little bit on top, a little bit on the bottom. And we're going to do a lot on the sides. So why don't we start on this side? Like this. Oh, you can tell I haven't painted on such light paper before. Usually when I paint on paper, it's much. All right, so circles about here, right? So we'll just do a little corner here. And we're just like blending that in so it looks nice. This paper is actually very thin and it's going to curl up. So I don't think this is going to be a good experiment, but hey, it's something. I really should have painted this on the canvas. This kind of paper is really better for maybe pastel or, yeah. Okay. All right. And the blue, I think we actually want to go a little tighter and deeper. Oh, see, you can see it's already smudging. Yeah. This is not the kind of paper I have painted on before. The other paper I've painted on is watercolor paper. I guess I should have done that this time. But we'll see how it looks. Maybe we can, yeah, I don't even think we can flatten it out, but we'll see how it goes. So smoke joint barbecue is in the Catskills. It smells so good. Even though it's not hot, it still smells good. And there are going to be fingerprints all over this because it's not pinned down to like cardboard or a canvas. I should really have done this on a piece of cardboard. Chris, do you think I can get a piece of cardboard? No. He's shaking his head no. Shaking his head no. Right. No. You see I went a little darker here. It needs to be a little light blue right here to mix it. Right. All right, so that's it for the blue, right? And then now, actually it needs to be a little tighter. A little tighter right here. Okay, so yep. Okay, great. All right, so we've got rough shape of a plate, and now I'm gonna go in with the white. I was gonna use a big brush, but I think I also want to use a slightly smaller brush. So I'm gonna use this one for the middle, and I'm gonna use this one for the edges. You see here? You see the difference in size? This one for the middle, and this one for the edges. All right, so let's do the middle first. There's actually some shadows in here. So I'm actually going to do some highlights to make it more 3D. And this is actually served on like a silver tray. I should have put it on a silver tray. It's a little late now. I already got the plate. So, and you know what? I want to put some yellow in there. So I'm going to put a little light yellow on this plate. Put in, you know, I always tell you guys, start with your lights first. So you want to put in the light colors. So this yellow, I'm going to mix it with the small brush. I'm just going to put in like, and here. It's actually not curling as much as I thought it would, which is really great. There's some yellow going on here. Okay, now it's curling a little bit. Well, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe if it gets framed, it won't curl as much. I thought this paper would be easier to ship. So, okay. All right, so that's yellow. And then what's over here? Some really straight lines. And a little bit more right here. Okay, so that's for yellow. Now I want to go in with a really, really light blue on the plate. Oh, there's a hair. That's the problem with these brushes. They always shed. Okay, so now I want to go in with some light blue. Again, we're just putting in the shadows. We already have a lot of blue, so I'm just going to mix it very, very gently and get this blue. Probably like here. A little darker blue, actually, we need. Yeah. So if I was doing this again, I would paint on cardboard. Like just on top of a piece of cardboard. So that's blue. And then now we'll probably put a little blue over here. Yes. Like that. And see, there's another hair there. Okay. So, oh, that put in some blue. Oh, well. Okay. So I'm running out of white. I think I need to put more white down. And what the blue does is it picks up the ones from the sides, which looks really nice. So that needs a little more. I'm gonna put out some more white. I'm sure we'll need it later. I'm running low on white. I bought a whole new white, but it's a different kind of paint, so I'm a little worried. And I'm just gonna take a little blue. Okay, right here. All right. All right, and maybe a very tiny bit right here. All right, okay, so that's our plate. And now we will, I think I want to do the bun first. No, what do I want to do first? Maybe the meat. I know it's a really dark color, but I think it'll be interesting and cool. So for the meat, we really should use brown. We don't have brown. So we're going to use blue and we're going to use red. And that'll make a purple. And a little yellow, I guess. And that should make brown. So I've put the red and the blue very close to each other. I'm going to mix it over here. Needs more red. So this, you can see, you just have to gauge it with your eye. It's actually not a bad color at all. I'm going to put in a little white to lighten it up. Yeah, now you can tell it needs the blue. That is really not a bad color. That's really good, actually. Okay, so now I'm going to put in this meat here. It actually needs some, like, dark. So if you hear that music, that's actually our neighbor playing piano. All right, and let's use a little more down here. All right, so that's a little bit here, a little bit here. All right, so that's brisket. We'll outline and we'll put in shadows and stuff. All right, now I'm going to switch up this brush to get more control. So I'm going to use this brush. I'm going to start on the bun. I want to start with the lightest yellow. So that's actually a pretty good yellow. And I'm just going to go in here and kind of outline this bun right here. And put this right here. And make it a little heavier. And it actually has some red in there, actually. So to make it more yellow. And what we're doing is we're creating a deeper color for the bun at the bottom. And then over here, we'll add some, all right, so now for the top, we want that brown, right? So I wonder if we should add black. I think we're going to add a little black. I'm not sure how it's going to turn out, but as we say on here, just go for it. All right, so I put black out, and I'm going to mix this with the yellow. I'm going to add a very little bit of black. And that gives no red. Okay, so we're going to put this bun over here. And around it, we're going to put another brush, I think. How about this brush? This brush. And we'll use yellow with red. Keep coming orange. Chris, I saw a bug. Chris, I saw a bug. Chris, I saw a bug. Christopher, I saw a bug. Chris, he's not listening. Well, hopefully it's not a big deal. Christopher, look at this. Christopher, I'm not joking. Christopher. Chris, there's a bug over here.
There's a bug?
There's a bug. Look at it.
Where?
Right here.
Where?
See that? Oh, there it just flew. It flew.
Where? I don't see it.
It just flew.
What sort of bug?
I don't know. It was a scary bug.
Like how big is it?
Small.
Will I be able to get it with the electric?
Yeah, get it with the electric thing. All right, so it needs a little more shadows. So I'm just gonna put in. All right, that needs probably this orangey yellow. All right, now we're gonna put in the crust on the brisket. So I'm gonna use the same brush. Although I could use this for the pickles. Should I use this for the pickles? It's pretty good for the pickles. All right, you know what? I'll do the pickles real quick because the pickles are a very similar color. So I'll use pickles over here. Need a little bit more green, so I'm going to break out the green and put a little green on here. Oh, that's a lot of green. All right, let me just take a tab of that. Now it's like super green. It's like super green. We're gonna mix that in. And now we'll just so I think we need another brush. I think I can use this one. We have to put more pickles over here. I'm a little more white. One more pickle over here. Okay, now we're going to outline those in green. So we're going to go back to our green and just put it right around the corner like that. Right around the corner like that. All right, now we want to make a really light, almost like a yellow. And more white. I should get a really good white because I use so much white. And now we're just going to do the little seeds. It's not yellow enough. So let's go for another brush. How about this one? We'll use this brush. This looks like a nice brush. Get some yellow and white. Needs more white, really. All right. Needs more white. So I'm going to break out some more white. I'm running out of room on this palette. You know what? Let me put it over here. Oh. better. This one, that's better. It needs that thing back. So, which brush was it? Must have been this brush. All right, and needs more white, right? It's actually more of a yellow, but. All right, so those look like pickles. Now I guess we should do the coleslaw because we have the coleslaw colors. Now the coleslaw just looks like a mess over here, but we'll see what we can do. So maybe yeah, this is not really gonna show up. All right, so let's put in some green. I'm gonna use a different brush for this. This brush. Yeah, I think this is a good green actually. It's actually the perfect coleslaw green. And now it needs more white and it needs definitely some shadows in there. I just saw it again, Chris. Chris, I just saw it again. Well, he's not listening. That's fine. Okay, so let's put in the orange and then the shadows. So we'll make an orange. I'll use the white brush because that's actually a decent orange. Okay, so it's wet here, so it's really nice actually. And that's just the little pieces of carrot in there. Okay, and then we'll do purple for the pickles. And after we do purple for the pickles, we'll go in with the shadows. So I'm just mixing up a purple over here, more of a reddish purple. And I'm just going to go in and put a few pickles. I'm smearing the paint. It's not good. Right. And that needs a little more green. Do I still have this green? I actually don't have this green anymore. Try and just. Okay, so that's there. Now I'm going to go in with the shadows. So I'm actually just going to use, first I'm going to use a little black to put in pepper. This is actually too, okay, that's pepper. And now we're going to go in with shadows. So it's a little too dark, the shadows. So let's use a little gray and just soften this up here. Yeah, that's much better. And this is going to make the coleslaw pop more. Remember, when you're putting in your shadows, they should still make sense. I'm smearing my paint all over the place. Black, it's a little white. Now I'm just going to outline the coleslaw so it seems to make more sense. Otherwise, you see all this on the plate and you're like, what is it? So that's coleslaw over there. Here are the pickles. Pickles could use a little outline too, so I will use a little more gray. And that'll just help make them pop more. All right, so those are the pickles. And now we're going to go in for the tour de force. And we're going to shadow in our brisket. So we're going to use black, use a little white, and we're going to make this come out here. So first we're going to do this shadow of the bun. And there's also a shadow here underneath the bun that we want to capture. Okay, and a little shadow here. All right, now we are going to, I think we have to add some brown to this. So we'll mix that red, black again. Red, blue, I mean. Red, blue. And a little white. And get that meat color again. And just this is a little heavy-handed. All right, so we've done that. And this is a little dark also, so let's go in here. I'm just going to lighten that up. That'll make it look more 3D-like. Okay, so that gives it much more dimension. Now I'm going to take that same color and give it like a 3D part over here. And a 3D part over here. And a little bit more red will make it go up here. Where it should be here. Here. Okay. So that's the brisket. There. And let's use that same red and just put a little piece here. All right. So now I think we can get started on the shadow on the brisket, which is dark. Want to make this black. And this is kind of like the candy part, which is like very caramelized. I really want to get that shadow in there so it looks like meat. Just very delicately get that. Oops, too much black. Whoops, whoops. Okay, let's get this black again. Okay, so now I'm going to start in this corner. And just goes out like that. It goes all the way here. Right. So I think I'm going to have to outline the bun as well, maybe. I mean, it looks pretty good. What I'll do is, you know what I'll do? I'm going to take a picture. Oh, is that wet? It was a little wet. I'm going to take a picture afterwards. See how it looks. Okay, it's a little wet, but it's going to keep going. I should really kind of actually wait for it to dry, but whatever. Right, now here is the delicate part. Right, and then here, just very thinly draw this piece of meat. Here is this piece coming out like so. All right, so got to outline this black. That should have used a much thinner brush. So I'm going to actually go over it in this. That's not the right color. Let's make the right color again. So this is not bad. Maybe a little more white. This is a very meaty color. Okay, this is good. Okay, it's not bad. Could use a little more blue shadows on the plate. Well, maybe it's fine. Actually, you know what? I think it'll be so helpful if I outline the plate in black. I think that'll really make it go around. So okay. And if I just put this in gray right here, this shadow. A little bit down here. Okay. And now I think if I do a lighter gray in the plate, I think, yeah, I think this could be good. If I do a little gray. And let's see, it has some over here as well. And it has a little bit lighter over here. Oh, there's another here. I think this one dried. Yep. All right, there we go. Needs to be darker, right here. Okay. Oh. And I think it needs something in the middle of the plate. About more of this. No, it's too much. More of this. That's good, I think. I think I want more white even. Yeah, like a little, very subtle darkness going here. Very subtle. Okay, I think this is done. Kind of feel like I should put some black in the, yeah, let me put a little white in the pickles. All right, that looks funny. So let's see if we can, let's see, what's this color? And then the coleslaw. Better not mess with the coleslaw, but I think it does need more darks, the coleslaw. Well, I guess this is fine. It's curling at the edge, as you can see, because it's gonna have to weigh it down with something. So that'll weigh this side down. And this side, maybe I'll weigh with this paint. Like that. Okay. All right, so let me move the webcam this time, which I normally don't do, but where am I? Am I here? No. Am I in here? Yeah, I did it. So this is it. This is the finish. Now the pickles, pickles look funny, but actually the coleslaw looks funny too. Well, that's it. All right, thanks for watching. Have a good night.